Good morning everybody, welcome back to cilinixfxcapital. Hope you're all doing great and welcome to this new video and your daily update, of course, on XRP. We're going to do a full update right here. The price is basically still in the same area as it was yesterday morning, but I do think we've seen some more price action development and just in general price development that points us into the right direction on what to expect here, right? So we're going to do a full update here. We'll talk about the different scenarios, and then I will tell you which scenario I think is most likely. Tomorrow in the video, I wanted to speak a little bit more on the news and the fundamentals behind XRP. All right, so stay tuned for that. I mean, obviously, quite a lot has happened over the course of last week as well. Not only for crypto, which a lot of major things in crypto have happened, of course, as hopefully most of you know, but with Ripple specifically and with XRP, things have also changed, and fundamentals, I would argue, have changed. But more on that tomorrow. That's all bullish for now, at least. But purely technically, XRP is still very, very interesting, right? I mean, now our highs stand at 3.65. Which is a little, well, it's 3.6, 3.65. We wicked above 3.6, but that's kind of the main resistance area, which 2 days ago we also predicted that, or at least we took that as a price target when we broke out above $3. So price target hit, price target for now accurately predicted, right? But now the question is well, can we actually rally up higher? Or at least I think that's the most interesting question right now. Because if we're not going to be able to rally up higher, then obviously a pullback is coming, and then we should talk about areas where we can pull back into. Now, as you can see, I already did a bit of analysis in the premium feed this morning. But for now, look, I think first of all, and I do want to stress this, and some of you are not going to like this, and I understand, all right, but I think you should be ready for both scenarios, all right? So I think XRP can still rally up higher. The main area I'm looking at for that is this level at 3.55, which is the value area high of yesterday. But it's also, as you can see, quite respected on the lower time frames. So if we're able to break above 3.55 with volume, which by the way, volume right now is quite low. Volume is likely to remain low over the course of the weekend. So do I expect that today or tomorrow? No. But is it a possibility? Yes. And when we do, I will buy XRP. All right. So that's, you know, as long as we're able to get somewhat of a sustained breakout above 3.55 on the 30-minute time frame, right? So sustained on that means stay on top of it for like an hour, maybe 2 hours. I will buy. Do I think it's most likely though? No. And that's for a very simple reason. First of all, you can see that we had a bit of topping price action where we had some sort of a bit of a bearish divergence actually. If this, like from this area to this area, is a bearish divergence in volume and RSI. And then we also broke down, right? I mean, you can see we spiked up higher, so buyers were very strong here, but then sellers stepped in and they pushed the price lower, and that was also respected here. And that's also that level at 3.55. So this looks like topping price action, and then you can also see down here that the momentum, the volume is dropping down either way, right? So that is quite different from what we saw before, where the volume was slowly ramping up. So we're losing momentum. We got some sort of a technical bearish confirmation. Now XRP on the higher time frames, like if we look at this, is this bullish? Yes, very much, right? So that's why shorting I don't think is a good option, and I think you should be ready still for that breakout. But I would argue that it's a little bit more likely that we're going to get a pullback, and then there's a lot of interesting areas. You have a naked POC at 3.25, and then you have a very strong support level right here between 3.15 and 3.1. For me, that's the main area where we can pull back into before finding support and continuing, or at least having the chance to continue bullish momentum, right? So I would say for the weekend, I expect stability. But then after the weekend, I do think we're going to pull back lower because this looks like topping price action and we're losing momentum into that level at 3.15, 3.1. We'll find support there, and then depending on how strong that support is, we're either going to rally again or we're going to consolidate a little bit down there and rally later. But that is something I'll keep you updated on. By the way, 4-hour trend is also in that area by then, hopefully. So I'll keep you updated on that, but that's it. So thank you for watching, take care, and bye.